All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. I would love to start by giving all honor, glory, and infinite praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. And I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us the truth. Peace and blessings and salutation to the sincere Akim, laboring in this truth, preaching and teaching and believing on the name Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And peace and blessings and salutations to the men, women, and children that believe on the name Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And I want to jump right into a quick lesson through the Spirit, having a conversation with a brother. And, the Spirit hot, man, and wanted to go into it because I, did a lesson a couple of days ago and said I wanted to go into this word vocation. But, with all that being said, Lord willing, this video will be edifying. I'm going to jump right into the scriptures. This is Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you were called. And we got to walk worthy of the vocation wherewith we were called. You know what I'm saying? Once you done got the phone call and you understand this truth and you know the things that about this truth and what the truth entails, this is the way you got to carry yourselves, and this is the manner this is the manner of conversation that you should walk in. You know what I'm saying? Your conduct. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that we should hold ourselves to, is the way of the scriptures, the way of Yahweh Shai. And it says, I therefore the prisoner, right? So let's go into this word prisoner. When you go into this word prisoner, it says bond. In bonds, a captive, a prisoner. Yeah, it says a bond. You know what I'm saying? So we're held captive to the ways of Yahweh Shai. You no longer live your lives the way you want to live your life. You live your life according to the ways of Yahweh Shai. And the lesson I pulled the other day, brought out Romans 12 and 1 through 3. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way we're supposed to kind of like you know what I'm saying. It's supposed to be the renewing of your mind, but you're a prisoner to, once your mind has been renewed, you're a prisoner to Yahweh Shai and walking in the ways of Yahweh Shai. Right? It says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called. It says, therefore I, a prisoner for serving the Lord, beg you to lead. I'm going to read it in the NLT Salakia, Ephesians 4 and 1 in the NLT. It says, therefore I, a prisoner for serving the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of your calling. So you got to lead a life worthy of your calling. You can't now know the truth and still live the way you once lived. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's like we get Hebrew names. You know what I'm saying? We drop those slave names. You know what I'm saying? So I can't now. I can't be Kazakh and still try to be Jamal at the same time. No, I got to be Kazakh. You know what I'm saying? It's like elder said at one time. You can't be a Israelite. You can't just be an Israelite when you at camp, but then you're a nigga on camera. No, hell no. This is the way you gotta walk and talk, and this is what you gotta be about 24/7. We ain't sometime in this thing. It's all the time. It says, therefore, I, a prisoner for serving the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of your calling, for you have been called by the Most High. We've been called by the Most High. When you get that call from the Most High, this is what you gotta be about. Your Father's business, right? It says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called. And so the only way to walk according to the ways of Yahweh Shai, you gotta mortify your members. You gotta put your flesh into subjection into the Holy Spirit. Matter of fact, I want to grab that. Right? Just to make that point, right? It says, because you can read up on your own, but it's because you're supposed to set your faces on things above, not the things here on earth. Yeah, that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'll read the whole thing. This is Colossians 3 and 1. It says, if ye then be risen with Yahweh Shai Mashiach, seek those things which are above, where Yahweh Shai Mashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. It says, set your faces on things above, not on things on earth. So if your faces are set on the things above, then you're going to lead a life that's worthy to receive the things that are set above, and not lead a life that shows that you're worried about only the things here on earth when this place is getting ready to be destroyed. Because that's understanding the scriptures, and we understand that this place is going to be destroyed, and the kingdom of heaven is going to be set up here on earth. It says, for ye are dead, and your life is here with Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, in the Most High. So we really dead. We ain't really living yet. You know what I'm saying? So Why would you not rather be prisoner to Yahweh Shem Shai and receive life everlasting? It says, when Yahweh Shai, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. And that's what we want. We want glory. When you were in the world, you were seeking the glory from the world. When we lived as Gentiles, we were seeking glory from the world. Not understanding that we'll just continue to wander around and farther down into Egypt. But now that we got the call for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and we seek glory from the Most High, then we got to be prisoners to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. This truth, this word, walking according to the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and not according to the ways that not according to the ways we once lived in before we woke up to this knowledge. This verse 5, right? It says, mortify therefore, this is the point. It says, mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth. That's this flesh. It says, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry. It says, for which things' sake the wrath of the Most High cometh on the children of disobedience. It's going to come upon the children of disobedience. So anything outside of the scriptures, anything outside of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're just being disobedient. If you ain't walking in the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that don't mean you're not going to slip. That don't mean you're not going to fall. But you have to be able to be corrected. And the thing that provide correction, the men that are over us, and this first Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, this was not understanding, but the men that are over us. And Paul is a man that was over us. And so you see what he's saying. So you got to mortify your members. It says, I'm going to read down. I'm going to get to 8. Matter of fact, I'll read down a little bit. It says, for which things sake the wrath of the Most High come on the children of disobedience, verse 7, in which he also walked sometimes when ye lived in them. And we're just reading it, in Ephesians 4, how you supposed to live your life. Not walking after the old man, but after the new man. That's why he said he was a prisoner to the Lord, right? It says, put now ye also off all of these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put out the old man with his deeds. It says, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. Right. You got to put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, after the image of him that created him, after the image of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which makes us prisoners to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Because we refuse to bear the images of this world, but we bear the image of who? Our creator, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Now going from here, we're going to go back to that Ephesians 4, and we'll keep reading. It says, verse 2, with all lowliness, read 1 and 2 again. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called, the new man, renewed in knowledge. It says, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love. Verse 2, it says, always be humble and gentle. Verse 2 in the NLT. Ephesians 4 and 2 in the NLT. Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with one another, making allowance for each other's faults because of your love. And yeah, we make room for each other's faults. You know what I'm saying? Because we all men. You know what I'm saying? You spend enough time with a brother, you like what Elder said, you're going to see his dirty draws. But if that brother ain't doing nothing against the scriptures, you feel what I'm saying? You don't come down on that brother. You don't, you know what I'm saying? You, if anything, you help build a brother up. You show him certain things. You know what I'm saying? You don't rebuke a brother if it ain't according to the scriptures, or he ain't blame to the ministry or doing certain things. Nah, we all men. Every man is different. But now, the balance to it, say, okay, boom. Say, that brother going on with that brother doing certain shit, and you know what ain't right, or it's going to cause him to fall, now you correct him. Now you rebuke him and you do such things. But you know what I'm saying? We all got to realize ain't none of us perfect. So we got to make room for each other to be ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to be nobody that you ain't, but allowing a brother to be himself. It says forbearing one another. Matter of fact, let's go into the word forbearing real quick. Let's go into that word forbearing. Matter of fact, Salakia, I never went into that word vocation. I'm going to go into it. Salakia, call all you like about Shemal Shai. But if you forbearing your brother, it says to hold up, to hold oneself erect and firm, to sustain, to bear, to endure. And that's what we're doing. Because the Lord, what? He patient with us. If the Lord destroyed us, if the Lord just took it upon himself to destroy us, because every little mistake we made, man, we'd have been finished a long time ago. But the Lord patient with us. He give us a chance to get it right. And that's the thing. So that's why you gotta be long suffering with each other. You know what I'm saying? Helping each other. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord help us. But it says, I'm going to jump back up, Ephesians 4:1. I'll go back to that. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called. Now, when you go into this word vocation, that's what I wanted to go into, too. I say the spirit, man. But it says, when you go into it, it says a calling. Calling to, a call, invitation to a feast of the divine invitation to embrace the salvation of the Most High. Let's read that again now. It says a call, invitation to a feast, right? Of the divine invitation to break the salvation of the Most High. And that's the thing you got to understand. Salakia, we've been bid to a wedding, right? We've been bidden to a wedding. This is Matthew, Salakia, I'm tripping. Matthew chapter 22. It says, and Yahweh Shai, I'm 22:1, and Yahweh Shai Mashiach answered and spake unto them again by parables and said, the kingdom of heaven is likened to a certain king, and that king is the Most High, Yahweh, which made a marriage for his son to the nation of Israel, because we're considered the Most High's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like a delicate, comely daughter. It says, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. It says again, he sent forth other servants saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen, my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage. But they made light because they don't take it serious. You know what I'm saying? You got people that don't take this serious. They don't take this truth serious. You know what I'm saying? It says, and went their ways, one to his farm and another to his merchandise. So they went back to they chose the ways of this world. Instead of being renewed or deciding to change their clothes, they put on the right attire. They decided to wear what they wanted to wear and go back in the world and live how they wanted to live. It says what? And the remnant took his servants and they treated them spitefully and slew them. It says, but the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and sent forth his armies and destroyed the murderers and burned up their city. You know what the Lord gonna do to them, especially the ones that lay their hands on the prophets, or the ones that seek to do harm to the prophets, or the ones that despise his truth. You know what I'm saying? He said, but the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies, destroyed the murderers, and burned up their cities. It says, then said he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Right? And that's what it is. A lot of people aren't worthy. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to be constantly working out our salvation with fear and trembling. We can't see this as a light thing. And I speak to myself first and foremost. It's a serious thing that we're involved in. And there's a judgment. There is a judgment prepared for those who are not serious. There's a judgment prepared for those who refuse to live according to the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai. And there's a judgment prepared for the ones that despise the words of despise the word, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. There is a judgment ready. It's on the way. So we got to be locked in and more serious than ever because that day is at hand. It says, then said he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. It says, go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. Right? It says, so those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he said that to him, friend, how camest thou hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Meaning you ain't got this truth. You ain't got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is our covering. This is our covering from the day that's coming. This is why we gotta walk according to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So when the clouds crack, we look how we supposed to look. We got that tawa, the market exemption, for him to pass over us, for him not to destroy us with the judgment that he's gonna destroy the rest of the world with. He said for Tim, friend, how camest down with him that I have the wedding garment? He was speechless. Then said the king to the servants, bind him hand and foot, and take him and cast him out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And here it is, for many are called, but few are chosen. So we got the call. We got the call. Now we got the call. You got to do something about it. You don't get the phone call, get the information, and just sit on it. No, you got to put it to use. That shows our faith. Going back to it now, Ephesians chapter 4, in verse 1. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you were called, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, bearing one another in love. Because that's how we got to walk. We got to walk with that vocation. We prisoners of Yahweh. We got to make sure we got on the right garment. We've been called to, we just went into the word. Matter of fact, we go into it again. Right? Because that's what it made me think of was 22, Matthew 22. It says, a call invitation to a feast of the divine invitation to embrace the salvation of the Most High. So the only way to receive that salvation is we got on the right garments. We got to be, when the clouds crack, we got to have on the right attire. Because if we don't have on the right attire and you dress like the rest of the motherfuckers in the world, you're going to be destroyed with the motherfuckers in the world. It says, with all lowliness, meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love. It says, look, when you read on down, it says, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in bond of peace, right? When you read verse 3 in the NLT, it says, make every effort to keep yourselves united in the Spirit, binding yourselves together with peace. And that's how we got to do, especially amongst the brotherhood, especially us that's in the know. We got to be locked in more than ever and joined together more than ever right now. Yeah, we do it anyway, but we link up, we do stuff, we study, we break bread, we read, we do lessons, you know what I'm saying? We camp, but we gotta be locked in. We gotta be locked in. Because the squeeze is getting tighter. It's more things happening amongst brothers. And you gotta be able to flush all that bullshit out. It still remain. Because we're being tried. It says, there is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one power. It says one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. So we got to understand, like, you know what I'm saying? That's the way we got to walk. But even though that's the way we walk, that's even more of a way we got to walk towards each other as brothers. Especially when we get closer in this thing. Because what? If we doing that, then guess what? We making sure our brothers got on the right garments. We making sure our brothers doing the right thing so they look the right way. Even though we working on our own salvation with fear and trembling. But that's you considering your brother. You loving your brother. Because I'm not going to just look across the street for myself and then cross, but understand you ain't paying attention and let you get hit. Hell nah. You feel what I'm saying? So we just got to be locked into this thing, man. I'm going to bring that verse, Ephesians 4:1, ain't going to be too long. Lord willing, it was edifying. I just want to make them few points. But it says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called. You know what I'm saying? And it says, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we got to do it. And one thing about it is, and when you love your brother, matter of fact, I close with this, right? And loving your brother is a certain way you love your brother. You don't just, it ain't lip service. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said in John 14:15, he that loveth me is he that keepeth my commandment. But when you read 1 John 3, it's the same with your brother. When you read 1 John chapter 3 and verse 18, it says, my little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. So you show your brother by how you love him, by what you do. how you move towards that brother, how you are with that brother, and according to the scriptures, because he said indeed and in truth. So according to the scriptures, according to the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, he said walk with the vocation wherewith you were called. We're prisoners to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So you can't be how you treat brothers and treat men how you used to treat them in the world. You treat brothers and in men outside of the truth according to the ways that the scriptures say to deal with a man or to deal with your brother. You know what I'm saying? So Lord willing, this video was edifying. I'm going to end giving all honor, glory, infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. And I'm going to give them other star apostles and elders of the great millstone to tell us the truth. Peace and blessings, salutations to the sister Akia, claiming in the truth, preaching and teaching and believing in the name Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And peace and blessings, salutations to the men, women, and children that believe in the name Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Till the next time I say Shalom, I'm going to watch Lava Ball.